Hello, hello. I am at the moment trying to figure out why my camera has moved. I wonder if my cat ran into it. Okay, can you guys see it okay? That's so weird. Okay, welcome everybody. Oh, it's still weird. What is going on with my camera, you guys? That's so funny. I don't know how this happens. I think my cat ran into it or something, because that makes no sense. It's like in a completely different spot than it was on Tuesday when I filmed. So I don't know. Okay. Hey, Jeffrey. Hey, Marie. Welcome, everyone. Sorry about that. Okay, so today we are doing, what is this, Saturday? We are doing a Technique 101 video. Super excited to do this with you guys. I think you guys are going to love this. We're going to play around a little bit and make some fun designs. So please jump on, say hi. Make sure you're commenting throughout the video. If you're new, let us know that you're new so that we can welcome you. Comments get you in the comment drawing for free product. So every comment is an entry, so please be commenting along the way in the video and you'll be in the drawing. I do one drawing live and then I'll do another one in a week. So even those of you watching the replay, you can do that. So I do want to welcome everybody. My name is Jeri Mobley, otherwise known as the Shameless Stamper. And I am here to hopefully provide you with some creative inspiration 2 to 3 days a week. In fact, I am here live every Saturday and Sunday and some Fridays. I've got my little list here. And I do lots of different kinds of videos, including videos doing cards, scrapbooking, 3D projects, techniques, craft organizing, all kinds of different things. And you can also check out my events page if you'd like to know what lives are coming up. So hope that you will join us live if you can and chat with us and ask questions and all that kind of stuff, because we do have a really fun little group here. But if you can't join live, you can always watch the replays. I think Facebook is now keeping those up for about 30 days, which doesn't seem like much to me, but you know, it is what it is. I'm hoping they'll change that policy, but whatever. And then I am doing my best to move stuff over to YouTube for you, so you can always catch me there as well, also as Shameless Stamper. Okay, so welcome everyone. Please say hi. Let me know what's in your cup. I am having my Rooibos herbal tea today. Actually, I'm gonna have a sip. Uh-oh, Kathy's got her wine out. Hey, Anne. Hey, Marie. Hey, Tanya. Kathy, of course. Lisa. Anybody else? Pauline, I think I already said hi to you, sweetheart. Okay, so, yes, it's rainy here, too. It's ick. It's ick here in the middle of the country as well. So, yep, I hear ya. All right. You're out to lunch with your family. That's okay, Kimmy. I understand. Thanks for hopping on for half a second, and you can always watch the replay. So, okay. So we're going to do a fun technique today. I'm calling this Watercolor Daubers. It's super fun and super easy, and you can do some different designs with it too. So we're going to kind of play around with it, and I'm going to show you some different stuff, and maybe you guys can even come up with stuff as we're going, and we'll make our own stuff. I have no idea, but we're going to play. You guys ready? All right. So this is the card that I made to show you this design, but I'm going to, like I said, we're going to play around a little bit. So let's go. I've got hiccups. Let's go ahead and get started with this. All right. So I am using, oh, and I just realized, I don't know what I did with that. Where did I put that? Uh-oh. Yep, I moved it somewhere. I'm not sure. Okay, so I am using our watercolor paper. Our watercolor paper comes in It comes in 5x7 sheets. So I've cut these down basically in half. They're 3.5. So it's like normally a sheet is like this, right? So I cut it down to 3.5, and then I just cut off a little bit more so that it's at 4 3/4, just so that I get something that works with my card base. But you could do whatever you want, of course. So these watercolor sheets, now if you don't know a lot about watercolor, one of the reasons I'm going to use our watercolor paper for this is because if you use watercolor on normal cardstock, or try to do a lot of water stuff on normal cardstock, it is going to start to kind of peel up the layers of your paper. Whereas watercolor paper is pressed in a certain way that it doesn't do that. So you can do more with water on it, which is why they even have it. So, and you have one side that's smoother and one side that's got a little more texture, so you can choose whichever side you want to play on. Oh, that's okay, Pauline. Hey, Deborah. Welcome. Oh, we have people from all over the world today. So we have people from Australia and Sweden. So welcome. So glad that you're on. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Kelly. So we are going to play a little bit with this fun technique. I think it's super fun. Okay. So first of all, we're going to talk a little bit about, two different things that happens when you do watercoloring. So you have, hold on, let me grab one more sheet here. So when you watercolor something, this is a piece of watercolor paper. When you watercolor something, if you put the watercolor directly on the watercolor paper, you get to do more like paint with it. However, if you wet the surface first, then it does this thing we call blooming, or at least that's the term I've heard most often. And so I want to kind of show you the difference. Okay, so we are going to be playing today with the refills. However, you can do this with your stamp pads too. All you need to do is take a block, for instance, and your ink pad, and just dab some ink on there, and you're good to go. Okay, you can also just do one of these, get some ink in the well of your stamp pad, and use this area. I will point out, if you do that, you need to clean this up. Don't leave water in here, because then that's going to kind of mess up your ink pad. So you can leave ink in there, just don't leave water in there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use my little, by the way, you can still get these if you're ever interested in it. I'm going to use this little guy to do some of my mixing. This is a silicone mat that comes with the grid, the glass mat. And so it has these little wells in here. And so these are really great for mixing things. But you can also, of course, mix on a block as a palette as well. So whichever works for you. Okay, so I'm going to use 3 colors today for all of my stuff. I'm using, here, I'll put them up here. I'm using Fresh Freesia, Lemon Lolly, and Coastal Cabana. Now, one of the things I noticed about Lemon Lolly is that it does take a little less water to get it moving. I don't know why. It's probably a color thing. So I'm going to put like 3 dots in here of each of my colors. And you guys can see that, right? Yeah, you can. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I wish I had a little eyedropper like this of water. I think I'm going to try to find one online that's empty, like that you can just buy on Amazon. I realized it after the fact, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use one of my water painters. And I am just going to drip 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. At the moment, I've got 3 dots of water and 3 dots of ink. I may actually add more to that. I'm not sure. Okay, so what I like to do, you can either use a spritzer. We have our spritzers to spray a piece of watercolor to get it wet. Or my favorite thing is to take, I'm going to move these now so they don't get wet, is to take one of our wide brush brushes of the water painters, and I like to just literally like, I'm squishing some water out and then I'm just kind of brushing it on here. Okay, I also like to put a little bit on the back whenever I do this, just because it keeps it from warping. But I'm going to just do like half of this so you can see what I'm doing. So half of this is wet and the other half is dry. And I'm going to take my dauber here. This is a dauber that I've already used for this purpose. And I got a little bit of ink on it. And if I put it here and I smush, it splatters out. If I put it here and I don't smush, I can get a more controlled dot. Okay, if I bring it over here, it's going to do what we call blooming. So I'm going to show you these different types of things. So, and as this dries, it's going to bloom even more. Okay, which is what I did on this piece. This was bloom technique. Okay, so you can do a controlled dot in a couple of different ways. The cool thing about the dauber is you want to get it a little bit wet. The wetter it is, let me show you this. The wetter it is, the more, when you squish like this, did you see that? The more wet, the more water comes out. So if you get it a little bit wet before you start, then you're going to have different types of techniques. So this is what I'm saying. You want to play with this a little bit and get it the way you like it. Okay. Whatever technique you decide to do. So a lot of people don't realize that you can use daubers with your watercolor. They just think about using daubers with, you know, like for the edging and stuff, but you can do it this way too. You can also, hold on, I'm going to take this off real quick because it's very wet. You can also all right, so you can also take your dauber, and remember so my dauber is wet, okay? I want to make sure it's wet. I'm going to pick up some of this ink, and I can actually use this to do like a watercolored edge. Ooh, you probably want to pull that off. Just dab it on your so just like I do with my regular ink, but in this case, I am literally doing a watercolor technique with it as well. So it's like a mix of the two. Do you guys see that? And it looks super cool. Now, if I do that on the wet side, it's going to bloom a little bit. So just be aware of that. See how it's coming out differently. It's not as dark for one. And it will bloom a little bit. And the more this dries, the less blooming you're going to get. So I'm just showing you a couple of different fun techniques that you can do with your dauber. Just going to get a little bit of that water out of there. I go through so many paper towels when I do watercolor techniques. So you can see here we've got a different kind of like amoeba look, a more controlled look, and then we have the bloom over here, okay? Also, if you spray afterwards, you can also get some more blooming effect. So if I spray on top of an area that I have already put some watercolor on, I can get some running of inks. This is something that people like to actually play with. They like to move ink around on their paper like this to get runoff. So you can do that as well. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to show you a couple of different techniques. So this is not the only tool to use with your watercolor, with your inks. Our inks are water-based, therefore we can turn them into watercolors super easily. So I just want to show you guys how cool, basically how cool our inks are. Whether you're using it this way or this way, it doesn't really matter. They're water-based, therefore you can add water and turn them into watercolors, or don't add water even. You can even go full strength. What would that look like? Let's look. So let me show you really quickly what that would look like. Okay, so I've got a little bit of ink here. I'm going to, let me add a little bit of water back into my sponge because we do need some water in our sponge. Okay, so this is full strength ink. I haven't added any water to it other than what's already in my sponge. And so you can see the less water, the darker your image is going to be. Can I still smush it? Yes, but it's going to, you know, because I have water in here. Now, I could use a dry one too, and that would give me a different look entirely. It would be more like this, but darker. So lots of different fun things you can do with your dauber to make some fun designs. So that said, anybody have any questions about this? Oh, and hold on, let me try this here for you. Actually, I'm going to add some water down here. If you take a color like this and you put it really close to another color, it will blend in with that color. So that is another thing I want you guys to keep in mind, is that depending on the design you want to make, you might want to separate your dots, or maybe you want things to blend. You can do that as well. So it's completely up to you how you make your design happen. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope. Any questions about any of this before I move on? I'm going to give everybody just a second to ask me any questions they have. Hey guys, everybody that's joined since we started. So you can see what a mess you get if you combine your colors. You can actually end up with probably things that you don't want. So you want to be careful too. Do you see how the color is stopping where I sprayed it? Isn't that funny? You also want to be careful about what colors you choose. If you're going to put them close together, then you're going to want to make sure you use colors like blue and yellow that are going to combine to make green. If you use colors that don't mix well together, you're going to have issues too. So be careful with that. Does getting the daubers wet make them wear out faster? That's an interesting question. I have not experienced that. These are not the ones that I use for my normal stuff. I actually grabbed a couple of extra ones because I can just clean these off. I have not experienced them, you know, like wearing out faster. So I don't think so. That's my best answer for you. I have not experienced any kind of issue with that. Am I absolutely positive that it's not possible? No, I'm not positive. It is possible. I've not experienced it. Okay. Let's see. Did I miss any questions here? Hey, Flo. Oh, okay. So no, because I don't leave these wet. So once we'll get to that in a minute. I am going to clean them off. And then I let them dry. So they will be dry when it's all said and done. You could use the exact same ones that you normally use. There's nothing that says you can't. I just didn't. So this is what I chose to do. But if you want to use the same ones, you absolutely can. I think you could use them for both techniques. I don't see why not. I hope that answers that question. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to make one of these pieces of this card front, basically, is what I want to do. And Lisa's always working. She's kind of like me. So I'm going to add a little bit more ink here. Since I used up a lot of my ink. And you can play with too, like how much ink do you want to use versus how much water. You can kind of alter that and add differing amounts. Okay, so we'll add a little bit of water. Whoops, that's a lot. Okay. So I've added a little bit of water to that. Okay, so now I have a new piece of watercolor here, and I'm going to go ahead and wet the back. So I'm just gonna get water all over the back of this. I do want to make sure my watercolor is prepared before I start this process because I don't want it to start drying. Whoops! I don't want it to start drying. So I'm going to add water to the front and the back, and I do want to make sure it's very nice and saturated for this technique for what I'm doing. Again, if you want to do a dry technique, there's different ones. So this is a wet technique. So I'm going to come in here with my dauber, and I'm going to dot this in several places to get the blooms. And then I'll come in with this one. And then I've got my yellow one here. Oops. Oops. Hold on. I need a little bit more. I thought I had more in there than I did. All right. And this is a very light yellow, so it's kind of hard to see, but okay, that looks good. So I've got all my dots going on, and I love this. You guys, if you've been around me for any length of time, you know I love lines and dots. So I do find this technique to be super cute because because it is lines, right? So, I mean, not lines, it's dots. And so I love being able to make like a birthday card or whatever with this. So I'm going to grab, it's kind of stuck to my mat here. I'm going to move this over to the side. Actually, I'm going to set this on something else. I've got another mat here. I'll set that on. Okay, so now let's try something else because I've been wanting to do this and I haven't tried it yet. You guys ready to play around a little bit with me here? I want to try a new technique. All right. This is something I have not tried, but I want to try with you guys while we're here on camera. So we'll see how it goes. I kind of wonder if I shouldn't have used Daffodil Delight because it's a little bit darker, but I think it's so pretty. The Lemon Lolly is really pretty in this. Okay, so let me add water to this. So the less water you add, the darker the color will be. The more water you add, the lighter the color will be. So keep that in mind too. Okay, so I'm going to do another one here. And this one I'm going to flip this over first. And we're going to add water to the back. Again, this helps it from warping too much if you add water to both sides. And I'm going to flip it over. And this is the front. Or at least what I'm using as the front. There isn't really a front or a back. There's just two different sides. Okay. So, I mean, there is in the sense that one is a different texture than the other, but you can use whichever one you like. Okay, so now that that's wet, I want to take this and see what happens if I do... Oh my gosh, how pretty is that? That is so cool. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this. I feel like that one is just not moving as much as the others. I don't know if this color is more viscous. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to it. See if that helps. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. So not only can we do dots, but we can do fun lines. And if I come back in here with my purple again, I can even make a little bit darker area in the center of that space if I want to. Or you could do layers of color. I could do pool party and then come back in with a darker color toward the center after it dries, etc. Okay, so basically we have fun lines and dots, whatever you want to make. I'm going to let those dry. While those are drying, does anybody have any questions? What do you guys think about this so far? Isn't it cool? I love playing with watercolor. I think it is so much fun. Uh-oh. Wait. If you try to chat on this, it's moving you back to the Tip Tuesday video? What? That makes no sense. Why is it doing that? That is so weird. I have no idea why that's happening. None at all. Okay. So I thought we would make this fun little card today using this technique. Oops, that was still wet. Don't do that. Don't put cardstock on wet stuff. Make sure your surface is dry. See, it was wet. Oh well. Okay, so there's our card. So we're gonna make a card. So I made this piece the other day, and so it's already dry. I do want to make sure that whatever piece I use is dry and ready to be used before I actually put it on a card. So I do recommend that. I think that is the smartest plan. Okay. All right. So we are going to use. Let's see here. I am using the Right Words stamp set. I'm using the happy birthday from this because I think this makes such a cute happy birthday card. And so I'm going to use black cardstock. I know. I think it's fun how it flows too. I love blooms. I think they're so pretty. And you really have less control over a bloom than you do if you go in with like, a paintbrush on, let me see here, if you go in with a paintbrush with some watercolor and you paint something, you can make it stay where you want it to go, right? So I could make a leaf or whatever, whatever I want to do. 2 leaves, etc. Okay. But when I add it to a waterlogged area, then it starts to do that fun bloom thing. And that's one of the things I find so fascinating about watercolor, is that it depends on how you use it. And so it's got so many different techniques that all by itself that you can use. I absolutely love, though, that you can use a dauber basically with this, because it's not something people usually think of. They usually just think of our paintbrushes. But daubers are a fun technique as well. Okay, so I hope that you, why I'm using my shirt to dry that off, I'll never know. I hope that you, oh y'all, I'm a mess. Okay, I hope that you look at your tools in multiple ways, because you can definitely use different tools for different things. So this is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So I cut a piece of Coastal Cabana that is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm just going to layer that on here. crazy. Oh, if you try to reply directly to someone, is that what you're saying, Marie? You can just chat in here. You don't have to reply specifically to them. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to add this then to my card base. Of course, you could add ribbon or whatever you want to do. I'm going to just pop it on here. I love how black makes things pop, don't you guys? So pretty. I've also got an insert here that I'm going to add to the inside of my card. So I have a place to write. Okay, so there's my card front. Now, I also have an envelope, and so I thought long and hard about what I was going to do to make an envelope to go with this. And I want to show you guys really quickly because I do feel like it's important to note. I am going to basically add dots to the side of my envelope. With my daubers, I'm just going to be careful. So I don't want to do too much water because this is a very thin envelope. So I'm just going to add a little bit. And I just got ink all over my finger. Okay. Really simply, I'll just add a little bit to this. It is going to welt a little bit on the paper, but because we just dotted it on there, it won't pull the paper up. So it will welt a little bit, and then as it dries, it will calm back down, and you will end up with this. Okay, so this does work on an envelope. Just be aware, you got to be kind of gentle. You don't want to squish a whole bunch of water in there. Like, don't smush your dauber in there, just kind of dot it gently, okay? So we are going to make an envelope to go with that. Okay, then I decided to use the really cool new textured notes for this. So I went ahead and cut the smallest one here for my sentiment, and then the next one up I cut from Fresh Freesia. By the way, these designs that this die set makes are so cool. Have you guys noticed this? All of these have super fun different designs, and so I really, really love them. Okay, so we're going to stamp on that. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' mat here. And I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana ink for this. Let me move my paintbrushes over here. Stay. I just stuck my finger in that. Oh my goodness, I'm a mess today. How many of you watched me do that and were like, oh my goodness, look at that. Now my finger's blue. Just what I need. Okay, so we have our Coastal Cabana ink, and I've got my little happy birthday from my stamp set. Oh no. Tanya, that's hilarious. I mean, Marie, what color order number for those designs again? What was the order number for those? Oh, you're talking about the dies? It is 165555. Okay, they're amazing. I love them. I need to order another set because I usually buy 2 sets of shapes and I haven't done it yet. So, okay, so I've got Happy Birthday in Coastal Cabana here. Let me put these brushes. Okay. Move that so I don't put my finger in it again. All right. Oh, it looks like I got water over there. Hold on, y'all. When you play around with water, just know that it's going to get... Be careful, because it's going to get places you may not want it to get, so be careful. All right. I think I got all of it. All right, so now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and just add that onto this piece. And then I'm going to put dimensionals. You're welcome. Actually, I need more than 3. Let's do 6. Or you could use like the bones of your dimensionals. That's always good for a piece like this. I'm going to add more than that here. You could also do some thread. That'd be super cute behind here, like just a whole bunch of gold thread or something like that. That'd be really cute. I am just going to pop this on here. Now, you could do it here. You could do it going off the side entirely, so it's all the way to the edge of the card. You could do this wherever you want. You could even do a center stage type card. I really liked it right here. I'm going to add mine a little bit lower. Well, is that what I want to do? I might do mine up here on this one. I think I'm going to do it up a little bit, which is fine. I don't usually like to do it straight in the center of the side, but you can. If you guys if you missed my video where I talked about the composition of a card, it's really helpful, and it can kind of help you with placement of things. Okay, so also I am going to use the natural matte dots. These are awesome. And we're going to put 3 of these on here. So I'm just going to grab, whoops. Oh, I need to get some goo out of that. Okay, there we go. Do I want to do it like that? Yeah, I think I am. I'll use one of the small ones and another large one down here, just like that. All right, so there is our card, and again, you can make an envelope to go with this. Isn't that cute? I love how these cards turned out. As you can see, they're not all the same. They're gonna all be a little bit different. This one got a little more white space than this one does. So depending on what you like, you can add more. Again, remember, I tried to keep mine far enough apart that they didn't blend into each other too much, although there were a couple spots where they did touch. But you guys can have them go together if you want. All right, so that is this fun technique. I highly encourage, buy tons of daubers. They're awesome. You can play so much with daubers and have so much fun, and this is super fun to watercolor with. So it is a fun new technique that I encourage all of you to try. I'd love to see what cards you make using this fun new technique. And I'm going to do quick announcements, and then we'll do the drawing for goodies. So if you haven't commented, make sure you comment now so you don't miss out on that. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Last chance to sign up for my May card club. Registration closes on the 21st. So if you have not, or sorry, yeah, the 21st. So if you have not signed up for the May card club by then, I can talk, I swear, then you're going to miss out. So don't miss out. Okay, we are going to be playing with the fun new stamp set called Notes and Totes. I do recommend that you get the stamp set unless you have something similar to it to do the cards. You don't have to have it because most of it is sentiments. However, if you don't have something like a sun or the little water droplets, the sand, you know, the little flower images that are going to work for that beachy look, then you might want to consider going ahead and getting it. It is super cute. You're going to love it. You're going to use it all the time, guaranteed, because it's got just some really great sentiments in it. Also, if you do decide to buy it with the die set, you can buy it as a bundle and save 10%. And this die set is amazing. Using my fence pieces back here. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. Why? Let me show you the designs and you'll see. So this has so many fun things that you can do with it. Excuse me. Here's my first card that I made with this. I love it. I think it's so cute. Nice and simple, very easy and fun to give someone. But you can also do all the things. There's a newspaper in the dies. All these little dies, except for the tree, which came from another one, are in this. And so you can make all kinds of fun, different kind of beachy setups. I guess the clouds are from that other set too, another set too. But anyway, you get the idea. So you have all these fun little pieces that come in this set that you can make use of to make these adorable cards. I mean, look at the fence. Isn't that adorable? I love the fence. And that's just with white paper. If you use like a wood toned paper, that's super cute too. And then you can also just make these cute little bags. Look, it looks like we went shopping together. No. So I love this particularly with that same happy birthday sentiment you just saw me use, because it's all these shopping bags. So I think that's super cute. And you could even turn this into a gift holder if you wanted to, like gift card holder or something. That'd be adorable as well. But there are the 4 projects we will be making with this club. So I hope that you will sign up. If you haven't already signed up or confirmed if you are a club member, please be sure to text me ASAP to do so. And if you would like to do an add-on scrapbook page with yours, if you're not a scrapbooker, you can always become one. Let me show you the add-on scrapbook page for this. How cute, oops, how cute is this? Fun in the sun. All you need to do is text me to sign up. So make sure you do so by the 21st. And I do have a little photo placeholder here because this is what it's going to look like. You could put a circle here. You could put a square. You could do whatever kind of shape you want. And so I just put like a little 3x3 square there to kind of give you an idea of what that would look like. But anyway, I love how this turned out, and I hope that you guys will sign up for this so you can play along with me and we can make this together. All right. So that is the class, the club. And then we also have coming up the annual paper share. Now, if you have missed out on a paper share in the past, don't miss this one. It's going to be great. We're going to have a ton of fun. For just $32 plus shipping, if I need to ship it to you, for just $32, you can get all 72 sheets of designer series paper from the 6 new paper packs that are coming out in the new annual catalog. By the way, if you need the new annual catalog, be sure to let me know so I can get one sent out to you. And so all of those new papers are included in this. Plus, you're going to get, because it's a party, not just a paper share, you're going to get 6 card kits, one for each of the new paper packs. And so we're going to put a card together during the live for each one of those 6 paper packs. Plus, you're going to get 3 free gifts from us as well. Plus, I do prizes as well. I do drawings pre-video, and I do drawings during the live, just like I do for all of my other lives. So there's going to be lots of freebies as well. Make sure that you make your reservations and pay by May 2nd. That is the cutoff for this. And there are several add-on options. You can add on our Color Families paper. Now, I'm going to show you the one from last year. This is not the design you will get. The design you will get looks like these, and they're kind of hard to see in this what am I trying to say? In that picture. But basically, our color families, each of our 4 color families plus the 2 in color families, so there's 6 packs, has all the different colors that come in that family in 4 different designs. And every year they use new designs. So it's a monochromatic design in each of the colors. So if you get all of the color families, you have designer series paper in all of our colors, which is awesome because that means you can always find something to coordinate with what you're doing. So I really love having our Color Families paper. It is one of those things that I constantly reach for. So if you'd like to get this, you get all 6 packs for just $23. We also have the fun embellishment share. So if you guys saw, I did that for the first time this past spring. If you'd like to get all 7 packs of our new embellishments, you can get that for just $14, doing the embellishment share add-on. And then of course we have the stamp sets. Now we used one of them today, the Right Words. And then the other one is Beautiful Motifs. Now, the cool thing about these card designs is that you don't have to have these stamp sets. You can use any sentiments that you have that fit. But if you'd like to get some new things, these are really great sentiments. This one even has a couple of background images and has a die set that coordinates that you can get in a bundle with it and save 10% if you'd like the die set. So whether you buy just the stamp sets or the die set, if you buy these from me during the paper share, you will also save the 11% shipping that you normally pay for products from the company, because I'm going to pay it for you. So you can get all of it and still pay the same amount of shipping, even if I was just sending you the base paper share for $147.03 plus that $8 shipping. Or you could just get the base paper share for the $32 plus $8 shipping. So, or any combination therein. Lots of people like to get the I Want It All option, which gets you the paper share, the color family share, the embellishment share, and both stamp sets plus the dies. And that is the $147.03. But if you just want the paper share, that's okay too. You're still going to get the kits and all that with it as well. Also, for demonstrators who don't want to do the paper share, but they'd like to get my 6 card kits, I do have an option for that too. Please text me if you're interested in that, and I can send you the details. Okay, also you have time for this one, by the way. I just want to make sure everybody knows it's coming. The In Color Club sign up will not be final until June 14th. But if you are interested in signing up for the In Color Club, please do no later than June 14th. Anytime from now till then, you can go ahead and sign up for this. This is super fun. You're going to get all 5 of our new In Colors that are coming out in the catalog that starts in May. So here's our new colors. We've got Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. So these great new colors that we have coming out, you will get one each of the 5 months of the club, and you get everything in that color. So you're going to get the cardstock, a pack of 24. You're going to get the ink pad, the ink refill, the blends combo, the Stampin' Right markers, the designer series paper, the faux linen ribbon, and you're going to get a special card kit designed by me. So if you are interested in this and you want to see what it's like, you can go and watch last year's In Color Club videos on my page, and you can kind of see what that's like. And so those will be going on June, July, August, October, and November. And you will also get a free pack of the In Color flat pearls from me as well as a gift, just to say thank you. So yeah, it's super fun. You guys are going to love it. It's $66 a month. And the first installment is due June 14th. So please join us for the In Color Club as well. Last but not least, if you would like to receive my Creative Inspiration Calendar totally for free, all you need to do is text me or email. I'll sign you up for my email list, and you will get this on or around the 25th of every month. It includes all of my Facebook Lives, so that you know what inspiration's coming your way via live, and then all of the other days have a creative prompt on them. So you can use this for creative inspiration every day of the month to do something fun and creative. It also includes my details on my Facebook Lives and my contact info. Talk me into changing your mind on the May Card Club text sent. Kathy, that's hilarious. You're like, okay, I have to have it now. Sorry. I'm glad you're doing it, though. I think you're going to like it. It's really awesome. It's a really, really cute set. She's talking about the notes and totes. It really is super cute. All right, so that is all of the announcements, which means it is now time for the prize drawing. So if you guys could please give me a drum roll, I will put some prizes out here for you. And grab all these guys over here. I want to move more stuff to the lake house, aka the new house. Oh, yeah, that'll be super cute. Yes. Well, I'm thinking the lake house. Okay, but is it on the lake? Because then you could use some of the stuff for like cards. I misunderstood what you just said a second ago, and now I'm realizing what you said. Because I'm thinking like I'm moving cards to the lake house, and you wanted to do like some fun designs, and you thought some of the stuff from the club would be cute for that. But I'm realizing now that you're saying you were trying to avoid moving a whole bunch of stuff. I understand. I'm going to be doing that too. in the near future, and I'm not looking forward to it. Moving all the craft stuff, whew, it's going to be a process. Be like, can we just pick up this whole shelf and just move it there? It's going to be nuts. I do not look forward to that. Okay, thank you for the drum roll. So let me put out some goodies here for you guys. I have got the really cute Heirloom Arrangements Kit stamp set. So for those of you that would be interested in this, this is the extra one. It's not the one I used. It's brand new. Super cute. We also have the Wildflower Birthday Designer Series paper pack sample. We have the Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green foil paper sample pack. You can also get D-size blocks from me, of course. You can get the Pick 4 ink spots option. If you choose this, I will text you the list of all of the colors I have available to choose from. You can also get the gold holly leaves. These are so cool. These are an awesome embellishment. I bought a ton of these, so you guys can get these from me. These are super cute. And of course, if you'd like to receive the little chiseler. This is not a Stampin' Up! Product. I actually buy these direct from the company Little Chiseler, and I buy them in bulk and then pass that savings on to you guys. So you can like buy these on Amazon, for instance. I don't even know how much they are on there anymore. But if you'd like to get it cheaper, you can get it from me for just $2, and I'll be happy to send you that, or you can get it free in my drawing. Okay, so we're going to do one drawing live today, and then we will do one next week, for all the people watching the replay. And for those of you that watched the replay a week ago, we're going to draw that one as well. By the way, was there anybody new on today? I would have loved to welcome them, but I didn't see anybody. So if anybody knows if anybody new was on, please say something so that I don't miss that. So last week, excuse me, I'm coughing again. Last week we did the Everyday Arches class. So we're going to do a drawing from that class today. Okay. So I'm going to do this drawing live. So if you haven't commented, now's the time. Don't miss out. You did use your little chiseler a couple times the last week. I use it all the time. I'm constantly using that thing. I know. I want to keep everything too. It's hard. Okay. So I'm going to use this link for this video, and I'm going to pop it in the random Facebook comment picker and get all the comments. And I'm going to hit start. Where's my start button? Hello? Oh, that was weird. Okay. It's thinking. And Pauline Landit, congratulations. Please pick a prize and put it in the comments. And then we're going to draw from last week's video. So I'm going to come over here to my live tab and grab that video. That was the Everyday Arches class, and we're going to pop that in here too. I don't know why the page loaded like that. That was super weird. Okay, we're going to get all the comments and hit start. And our winner from last week's video is Jennifer Tawana. Congratulations. I don't know if you're on today. If you're on today, please pick a prize and put it in the comments. Otherwise, I will text you to let you know that you won. Okay, so Pauline wants the birthday paper. Awesome. Okay, so it is yours. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you will join me again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central for the Scrapbook Sunday Meant to Be. Bzz. So cute. If you guys haven't seen it, hold on, let me show you. It is so cute. Oh, I can't grab it. So this is the Meant to Be scrapbook kit. We'll be playing with this. Tomorrow, you guys are going to want to miss this. This is such a cute set. Love the paper, all of the things. So please join us for that. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, of course, always feel free to text me. I'm here for you, ladies. And gentlemen. We can't leave out Jeffrey. There might be other guys that watch too. Jeffrey's just the only one that ever talks or says anything to me. So thank you guys again for joining me today. Hope you have a good rest of your Saturday and a rest of your weekend and week, etc. And I hope to see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. Thanks so much. God bless.